People keep going on about Parliament are the ones who decide about Harry's titles. That's not the case at all. For example, King George V, with a letters patent, he changed it. He decided that all the children of male of his male sons would be prince, could have the title of prince or princess. But that doesn't mean it's automatic. It only says that they can have it. It's not a birthright. That only took a letters patent. The queen, one of the few things that she has complete control over is granting royal titles. She can make anybody royal and take it away. It doesn't take an act of parliament. It is up to the queen to decide that. Parliament members can only take the temperature over what people decide and put some pressure on the queen to take something away or to grant a royal title. Now, in regards to knighthoods and a woman or a lady becoming a dame or whatever, that is not up to the queen. It's actually, there's a committee that decides who's going to be granted the honors, and basically the queen is just a figure, granting them. And the same committee can take away those honors, like some people who have been, for example, people who got knighthoods, that turned out to be creeps, and they get their knighthoods taken away. It's the same for Harry and Meghan. Now, according to the law as it is, or the rules as it is, for example, Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis shouldn't be prince or princess, but the Queen decided in 2012 that all children from Prince William would be prince and princesses. So it is up to the Queen to decide that. It is up to her to take that away. She can take away with a letters patent Harry's prince title as well as his duke titles and any other titles. Again, they don't have to be royal. They can be royal. And no, people have been going on and on about, but it takes an act of parliament. For example, in another channel, some people have watched Lady C saying, oh, it takes an act of parliament. It's extremely difficult. That is a blatant lie. It's up to the Queen. Absolutely. It's up to the monarch. That's one of the few things that the monarch can decide. And parliament has nothing to do with it. This is why people have received those answers from MPs saying, listen, we have nothing to do with royal titles, because that is true. The Queen, with a letters patent, changed for example, she changed that Prince William's kids would all be prince and princesses, could all be. So that's something that is decided by her. I really want to stress this point because it's been going on in the internet that is very difficult. It is not. It's just a letters patent that the Queen would send, for example, saying that Meghan Markle can no longer use any royal titles, or for example, or Harry, that he's no longer a prince of the United Kingdom, or that he's no longer a duke. She can do that. Sarah and Peter Phillips, Princess Anne, even though she was not a male heir for the, according to King George, the Queen did offer to have Sarah and Phillips and Peter be prince and princess, and Princess Anne decided not to. But again, I'm telling you all these samples so you know how the flexibility and it's really within Her Majesty the Queen's purview to do that. So Harry's titles, all of them, can be taken away with a letters patent. That's it. The Queen would only have to issue a letter saying that, Harry no longer has any royal titles and he's a complete private citizen. She can do that. It doesn't require members of parliament, doesn't require anybody. It is completely up to her. Now, people have been sending me things about if I think, what do I think about Harry's kid? I think nothing. I mean, to tell you the truth, I don't know if she was pregnant or not. I do believe that she used prosthetics to make herself look more pregnant. I don't think she was ever that big of a pregnancy. If she was pregnant, a lot of people say if she was pregnant. I used to think that the royal family would not lend themselves to to these kinds of deception on behalf of from Meghan Markle, they would not be part of the game. But, if they're able, if you think about it, if they're able to cover up so much, I mean, I am very surprised. I am very surprised, actually, that nobody got in trouble. The police did not investigate the fact that two of the Queen's cousins were fraudulently claimed as dead. That's actually a very serious crime, and nobody has been held responsible for that. This is I know that The Crown season 4 is a drama, but it's based on facts, and it has not been disputed, and it's actually been confirmed that two of the Queen's cousins were put in an asylum while declared dead. That is actually a very terrible crime, because it removed those people from absolutely any rights. That's unlawful, seriously unlawful. And to this date, nobody has been accused of any crime. I don't know why, because that's actually a serious crime. So if they're able to cover that up and not think of anything, and also with Prince Charles, the fact that they've been removing all. Please bear in mind that to date, Prince Charles has never apologized or admitted anything. This is where Harry and Meghan get their entitlement. Now, why do Harry and Meghan continue to behave that way? Because to date, no member of the royal family has been held accountable or has suffered any consequences of their misactions. None. Again, I go on about Sarah Ferguson. Sarah Ferguson should have been put in jail for trafficking, using her ties. That's trafficking of influence. That's trafficking position. That is a crime, a serious crime. And yet nothing happened to her. And she still has close ties to the royal family through Prince Andrew and through Eugenie and Beatrice. She does. She's been merging everything. I mean, this is a woman who's committed crimes. The difference has been between Meghan Markle, Harry, and the rest of the royal family is that the rest of the royal family tried to hide that behavior. Meghan Markle and Harry are all out on your face. It's like, you're going to take this, we're going to break the law, we're going to say what we want, and you can't touch us. This is the major difference. I don't care if Meghan Markle was a hooker before. I really don't. What I care about is that now her behavior now in the titles that she got. Now, I do believe, it's my opinion, she got them through fraud, because the titles were offered were conditional. The titles were conditional on the condition to, you're going to be working for the royal family and you're going to abide by the rules. This is not about Meghan Markle not knowing what she was married into. This is a woman who knew very well, and she wanted to marry into that, knowing full well that the royal family don't like scandal. So she has been blackmailing them, and Harry a lot too. All the information that Meghan Markle has, all the insider information that Meghan Markle has, are basically Harry's, all the information that he has given her, that he perceives as wrong or right. Because let's not forget that Harry has perceptions. He really does feel that he's more important than William. He feels entitled. He feels that he should be the same as his brother. Is not. As part of any institution, you can't, in an institution, there's a pecking order, really. Any institution, organization, even within a family, let's go to the basis, the most basic things, your family, that you have the father, the mother, well, the mother, the father. I do believe that the head of the family is not the father, it's the mother, actually. But that's my opinion. You have the mother, the father, the children. Everybody has a pecking order. That's life. So the reason why they're doing it, and is because none of their actions, no member of the royal family has been held accountable to anything they've done. Look at Prince Charles. Let's begin with these two cousins of the Queen, Her Majesty the Queen. I mean, they were first cousins, or these are, and they were declared dead and put in a mental institution. That is a criminal act. That somebody should have gone to jail for that, but nobody did. So there's no consequences. Now, if Meghan Markle and Harry, all they can say, so what? I'm lying. I did call Her Majesty the Treasury, and I did ask about Harry's, how do you call, charity. But to date, what they told me is the following, that he doesn't have a registered working charity foundation organization, which is true. He doesn't have. So any complaints in regards to Harry, they don't count. I did ask about because he's a private organization. Disney did not donate the money, did not give the money to a charitable organization. They gave it to Harry's company. He was supposed to give it to the elephant or whatever organization or charity, but of course he never did. I did ask about that, and they said that they couldn't comment on that, rightly so, because Harry to date does not have any charitable, working charitable organization registered in the UK. What they could comment on was the transfer of money that the Royal Foundation did to Harry to set it up. He doesn't have a time frame to set that organization up. For example, he can say, well, I'm in the process of doing that. It could take him 20 years, so that money can be like for 20 years, so they can't accuse him of anything. And the only people who can complain about the $3 million that Disney gave to Harry is Disney. Disney is the only one who can bring a claim against Harry. I guess this is why the CEO was demoted. He wasn't fired, but he was demoted almost right after that bundle thingy. So yeah, so they've done, Harry and Meghan have been allowed to do whatever they want because they feel that nothing is going to happen to them, because they've seen that nothing has happened to the people before them with worse crimes than they have committed. So why did they commit fraud? That is something between Harry and Disney. Disney was the dumb one for giving them the $3 million without checking. But the reason why Disney did it is because they were working members of the royal family, and the royal family has a very good reputation in regards to charities, and which of course Harry and Meghan took advantage of. So they are smearing the good reputation of the royal family. They are in regards to dealing with charities. Because right now, the reputation of the royal family is at its worst. I am very, I didn't want to believe the thing they told me about the crown, about the two cousins, but it's actually true. And that's, if they're able to do that to their own blood, and nobody got punished for it. And then I was looking more into Charles and his close friendships with pedophiles. It goes further than that. Apparently, and this is from what I've seen, this is not, the truth, but he did prevent the police from investigating the bishop because of his close ties, because of the support he offered to both of them. It was known. Even his royal aides told about Jimmy Savile and said to him that Jimmy Savile was not behaving very well when he used to come to palace. People did not want him around, and Prince Charles just didn't give a shit. Just like Prince Andrew sneaking in hookers into Buckingham Palace. Keep in mind that Buckingham Palace and all the Crown State buildings are basically a working place. They don't own them. It's not their homes. It would be like you bringing a hooker into your working place. It would be like, you know what I mean? To put things into perspective. So all of the Crown States, Frogmore Cottage, all of the Buckingham Palace, they are their working place. There should be serious rules from them to stop them from misbehaving like that in the working place. But there have been no consequences at all to anybody. So this is why Meghan Markle and Harry are going on like crazy. So to summarize, the Queen can absolutely take away all titles with a letters patent from Harry. She can do that. She can just send a letter, issue a letter, and say, you're no longer a prince of the United Kingdom. You hold no royal titles. She doesn't need the members of parliament. She doesn't need anybody. All of what Lady C has been saying and other people have been saying that the parliament, they don't. That's not true. The Queen unilaterally changed with a letters patent in 2012 that Prince William's kids would be known as prince and princess. Also, the King George V since changed with the letters patent that all of his male heirs, the kids could be prince or princess. It doesn't mean that they have to. It means that they could if they wish to do so. With a letters patent, the female. That females now have as a part of the succession in line, that was changed by Her Majesty. Anything that has to do with royal titles is in the absolute purview of Her Majesty the Queen. So, no, I don't talk about Meghan's kid because I feel sorry for that child, whether or not he's real or hers or there was a surrogate. I do believe that the royal family would probably cover up a lot of stuff, given, what I've researched. So before I used to think that the royal family would not lend themselves to Meghan Markle's games, but the reputation is at its worst. I think they would lend themselves to any games. The kid, if he exists, I know there's just a kid because there's a birth certificate about the birth of the child. Well, I just feel sorry for the kid. I do believe that pretty soon people are going to be hearing that Meghan Markle is pregnant again. Just wait for that announcement. All of the lawsuits, again, why does Harry do it? Because he feels he can get away with it. That's all there is to it, and more press. So what do you think? Let me know in your comments, okay? Have a good day.